Killing Carl was The Walking Dead's biggest mistake. In my opinion, there are 3 characters who should have always been coated in 50 layers of plot armor. Rick, Daryl, and Carl. Those 3 make the show what it is. We got Rick, the leader. Daryl, the one who get dirty, do the shit that nobody else wants to do. And Carl, the kid who grew up in all of it. You could take their eye, their hand, their foot, put them through anything, it doesn't matter, they just gotta be alive. And for the most part, they stuck through with that. Except for one key person.
That girl, she got on my girl. That little girl that she got it. You better pop. Are you serious? I swear my money is serious. Okay, all my checks I just clearing.
The Walking Dead was always a show that made mistakes. Firing Frank, making us watch a whole Beth arc just to kill her at the end, how they handled the deaths of Glenn and Abraham, but nothing like this. I guess you can consider writing off Rick to go to the CRM as a mistake, but that's something that was out of their control. Andrew Lincoln wanted to leave the show. For the last 8 years, he had been coming to America in the hot Georgia heat, spending time away from his family. He just wanted to spend time with his family, and another reason that, ironically enough, is their fault as to why he left. But I'll get back to that. Now, the point of this video is to talk about the death of Carl and how it was a mistake. But we can't talk about how it was a mistake without talking about the death in the first place. So, it starts with Carl in a car and he's driving, he gets out of the car and he's repeating the very first thing that we see in The Walking Dead. Rick. He goes to the back of the car, pulls out a gas canister and starts walking towards the gas station. But he hears something, so he takes off his hat, looks under the car, and he sees somebody. And verbatim, shot for shot, the way Rick and Carl move, it's the same thing. It's a homage to The Walking Dead in general. And you would think, after seeing something like that, that's like passing a torch to Carl. They're about to do something legendary this season with him. Oh yeah, I guess not. Back to explaining. Carl ends up talking to the guy that he sees at the gas station, but Rick shoots at his feet because he's fucking crazy or whatever, I don't know. So the guy runs off, but Carl, being the nice guy that he is, he goes and finds him. He gives him food, and they end up getting swarmed by zombies. But no biggie, Carl's been in this shit since he was like 9. We're in season 8 now. Surely he knows how to... Oh. That doesn't look good. That looks like he got bit, but surely he's oh. Yeah, you heard that right. Variants weren't even introduced at the time, so Carl got taken out by a regular ass walker that he's been killing since he was 9. And to make matters worse, that bite, we don't even really see it the first time. So he got bit off screen, and he got bit for a character who dies next season. So yes, the way that he got bit, incredibly stupid, kind of a fuck you to all the fans. But the way that he died, it was done beautifully. Except for this first part that I don't like. So Negan shows up, but Rick's not home, so Carl takes the leadership role. And he just shows... Bro, that nigga reaches in the Duffy, goes deep and is like, yeah, I'm a leader. I'm gonna show you I'm a fucking leader. And he oh my god, he does his shit. He gets everybody to safety out of Alexandria because Negan started shooting fucking grenades and everything. He reaches deep in the bag here. I'm a leader. And it's kind of like to the fans, oh, you like this. You want to see, you like that Carl's stepping up. You like to see that he's doing all of this. And you remember, oh shit, he got bit. But the parts that I do like, earlier in this episode, he realizes, yeah, I got bit, I'm gonna die. So he starts writing letters to everybody that he cares about. And he spends time with his sister, and he's actually smiling, the sun's on his face, he's happy, he's content. He knows he's gonna die, and he's fine with it. And the other part that I liked is the actual death. Well, I don't like that it happened, but they did it well. So basically, he got everybody safe. They're in the sewers right now. He's like, yeah, I got bit. And everybody said, no, Carl, no, Carl. And Rick's like, oh man, that nigga shitting himself. Rick and Michonne are actually shitting themselves, but they get Carl out of the sewer while everybody else gets to safety at Hilltop. And they put him in a house that's kind of burnt down because, you know, Negan bombed that bitch. And it comes to be about that time, you know? Somebody's gonna have to shoot him in the head so he doesn't turn. But, you know, Rick, he's gotta be all dramatic. Carl, I love you. And then Michonne, Carl, you're my best friend. I'm pretty sure this is out of order, but it doesn't matter. Rick says, I failed you, Carl. A father's job is to protect his son. And Carl says, no, it's to love. Oh, even even before he's about to die, he throwing out haters. After that, Rick and Michonne leave the house. Carl shoots himself in the head. They go to bury him, give him a little cross on the grave, and a nice little detail that I like. Rick was gonna leave the gun on the cross as like, honor him, but he can't. They're in a war. No time to fucking mourn the loss of his son. That shit was beautifully done. And that's kind of like my problem with it though, because it's beautifully done. Like, if you're gonna kill Carl, this is 100% how you do it. And I feel like it's kind of like, hey, we shouldn't be doing this, but hey, at least we did it right. Huh? Like, no, I slapped the shit out of you, Scott Gimple. What is your problem? And that right there doomed the show. Not immediately, but next season, yes, those effects would definitely be felt because Andrew Lincoln, like I said, wanted to leave the show. And I'm sure a big reason of that was him wanting to spend time with his family, but another big reason is killing Carl, because that fundamentally changes the character that he plays forever. Sure, Rick is a leader, but that always comes second to him being a father trying to protect his son. That's who Rick Grimes is. That's what Rick Grimes does. He tries to keep his son safe at all else. And I know it had to have a crazy influence on him wanting to leave, because he wanted this whole CRM thing where Rick gets taken on a helicopter to happen right after they beat Negan, where he's under the tree. But his co-stars convinced him to stay for an extra 5 episodes in season 9, and then he dipped. And speaking of dipping, 2 more people did that. Michonne and Maggie left the show, which left Daryl to have to fucking hard carry. I'm talking like 2018 LeBron carry, because out of everybody to care for, you got Daryl, you got Carol. What? That's it, dude. And there's no way AMC didn't know that 3 of their big stars did not want to be on the show, or probably were thinking about leaving. There's just no way that they did that. So what do? You know next season these people might not be here. You kill off the son of the main character? No, that's time for you to put him to higher levels. What, he wants more money? And you don't want to give him the money? I'm sorry, buddy, you ain't got no choice. You have to give him the money. Apparently that's why they killed him, because they didn't feel like paying Chandler Riggs as an adult. Guys, if you had Chandler Riggs in season 9 through 11, this show increases just by default. It probably gets more viewers because we're seeing Carl step up to Rick's role. Do you know how cool that would be story-wise? And another reason, I don't even know how I didn't mention this. Carl doesn't die in the comics. That's not supposed to happen. It just baffles me, really. And you know another thing that I didn't mention? They introduced Henry. He was a character that was in the show before, but he grew up. He takes Carl's comic book role, does everything that Carl would have done right after Carl dies, has crazy screen time for 1 season. Because at the end of the arc, they killed him. So congratulations, Walking Dead. Let me put this shit down. You killed a character twice without bringing him back. You killed him twice. I don't even know how you did that. Oh, what could have been. But truthfully, the main reason as to why I hate Carl's death is that it makes Shane right. Shane was always saying, I don't think you can do it, Rick. I don't think you can keep them safe. And sure, Rick lost Lori, but the whole point was, you're not going to be right. He's not going to let it happen to Carl. And guess what this dumbass show does? They let it happen to Carl. Shane's not supposed to be right. Shane is supposed to get Rick ready for the world, so nothing like that happens. Sure, he loses Lori, but that's an extra step to keep Carl safe. He knows what to do and he knows what not to do. Seeing Carl's reaction to Rick sacrificing himself on the bridge, and seeing him become leader of Alexandria in the absence of his father, seeing him help take down the Whisperers and Commonwealth, those are all things that we didn't get the chance to see because AMC didn't want to pay Chandler as an adult. But hey, we got Judith and RJ. Don't even ask me what the fuck RJ sounds like, because I don't fucking know. They don't give him screen time. But yeah, I'm done. Before I get too upset talking about this shit, I'm done. I love this show. It's my favorite show of all time. That's why I get so passionate talking about it. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video right here. If you think Carl's death was stupid like me, leave a like, subscribe, whatever. Let me know how you feel in the comments. And with that being said, stay safe, drink some water, and as always, have yourselves a damn good one.
My girl likes me only when we're alone. She acts so different when on the phone. She tryna change me, know that I won't. I'm not from here, I wanna phone home. My girl only likes
Good morning.
she